Salads are the epitome of sunny summer days, but there's a lesser-known band of salad leaves full of interesting flavours and textures that will faithfully offer fresh pickings for winter. Able to withstand frost and standing firm through the grim weather, these hardy souls are most definitely worth growing. So in this video, we're going to explore 4 of the very best super hardy winter salad leaves.
Fresh leaves in the depths of winter are a real treat. While they won't give masses of pickings, what they do produce is truly appreciated. Then, as the weather warms up in spring, harvests come thick and fast, at a time when there's very little else to pick. Sow winter salads in late summer or early autumn so they go into winter at just the right size, big enough to survive the chill, but not so big that lush growth is clobbered by hard frosts. Most winter salads can grow outside in mild or temperate climates, but you'll get more leaves if you can offer some protection from the weather. For example, by using a hoop house or by growing salads in a greenhouse or tunnel. So here's our pick of the hardiest and most reliable winter salads. Mash, which also goes by the names lamb's lettuce or corn salad, produces tender leaves with a smooth texture. This is the hardiest salad of our quartet and grows very well outdoors. Land cress, sometimes known as American cress, has rich, dark leaves that taste similar to watercress. It's one of the quickest winter salads, giving leaves to pick as soon as 8 weeks from sowing. Claytonia, also called miner's lettuce or winter purslane, grows soft, succulent leaves and, come spring, tiny white flowers that also make for good eating. Use it in salads or cook it as an alternative to spinach. You don't need running water to grow watercress, so long as you can ensure the soil it's growing in is consistently damp, which shouldn't be too difficult in winter. Watercress's mildly peppery leaves make it salad royalty. Winter salads are well suited to sowing direct into ground recently vacated by summer crops. Remove any weeds first, as they might smother your salads, then rake the soil to a fine tilth. Mark out drills according to the instructions on the seed packet. Depending on what you're growing, rows will be spaced between 9 to 12 inches or 22 to 30 centimetres apart. Sow the seeds very thinly, then water them. Once they're up, thin the seedlings in stages until plants are about 6 to 8 inches or 15 to 20 centimetres apart within the row. Winter salads are also prime candidates for starting off in plug trays. At sowing time, ground is often still occupied by summer crops, but sow into plug trays and your salads may be started off away from the vegetable garden, giving earlier crops a chance to finish. Plug trays also reduce the risk of slug damage at the vulnerable seedling stage and produce sturdy young plants able to outcompete weeds. Fill trays with general purpose potting soil, then firm it in, adding a little more if needed. Firming in the potting soil creates small depressions in each of the plugs, which are ideal for sowing into. Drop about 2 seeds into each plug. Some seeds, like those of Claytonia, are tiny, so don't worry if you end up with more. You can always thin out the seedlings after they've germinated to leave just the strongest in each plug. Once you're done sowing, cover the seeds with a very thin layer of more potting soil, then label your tray so you don't forget what you've sown. Essential if you're sowing more than one type of salad in a tray. Water the tray with a gentle spray or place plugs into trays of water to soak it up from below. Remove trays from the water once they're ready. Grow the seedlings on until the roots have filled their plugs, when it's time to plant them. If the ground is still occupied by other crops, you can pot them on into bigger pots or plug trays, buying you another week or 2 before planting outside. Set your winter salads out at the recommended spacing. Planting in a block, so plants are the same distance apart in both directions, is perhaps easiest. Allow 7 inches or 17 centimetres both ways for mash, 8 inches or 20 centimetres for Claytonia, and 9 inches or 22 centimetres for landcress and watercress. Dig holes into prepared soil, enriched with organic matter such as compost, if it's likely to have needed a boost after summer. Then pop the young plants in, fill back around them and firm in. Water if it's dry. Watercress may be grown like any other winter salad, but a handy alternative is to sow the tiny seeds into containers of potting soil. Scatter seeds thinly across the surface, then cover with a very fine layer of more potting soil. Containers must be kept moist at all times or the seedlings will quickly die. Once stems have reached about 4 inches or 10 centimetres high, you can begin harvesting either individual leaves or clusters of stems. Weeds and slugs are the enemies of winter salads. Keep on top of both. Slug traps filled with beer to attract them work to a point, but keeping growing areas clear of weeds and debris while planting at the correct spacing should do a lot to deter slugs. Harvest leaves once plants have formed mounded clumps. Cut the leaves with a sharp knife, taking care to leave the lowest leaves and those towards the centre untouched so they can continue to grow. As growth picks up in spring, so do the harvests, and how much you can remove from plants on each occasion. By mid-spring, plants will be flowering. Young flower stalks may be eaten, but in time they will become tough. At this point, it's time to dig up and remove winter salads to make way for your summer staples.
If you thought winter meant retiring the vegetable garden till spring, think again. Winter salad leaves will keep the fresh pickings coming. Tell us down below if you're planning on growing any of these sensational salads this winter. What are you growing and how? Hit that subscribe button to stay in the loop with all our latest videos and to keep your garden growing all year round. I'll catch you next time.